So people, this is Ralph and he's the founder of Uncultured. So Ralph, can you tell me how did you get this idea?
So the entire idea for Uncultured came about somewhere around December, and I was on a bus to Mangalore at that time, and my buddy Sahib called me up, and we had a good long talk about the common things we share, with the whole culture of hip hop and how we grew about in it, and for a background where I come from, DJing it meant a lot to me as well, and Vamsi was always on board for the idea and always wanted to do something back, and he is a back guy. So anyways, with that in mind, we had a long talk about this, and we really came up with a solid plan back in February. January, February, and then by the time it was March, we started off. We pushed it. We put it out like on Instagram. That's where we started. And things went on, and that's how we began.
So what could you say your mission was when you first started this concept?
We saw a lot of talent, at least around us, and we saw such talent being wasted. A lot of times, and we wanted to provide a platform for these artists to showcase whatever they had. So people might think we're rap centric, but we're not rap centric. We are hip hop centric, with the elements of DJing. Rap is just one among them, and you are graffiti artists. So we have artists in that sense, who are incorporated within this. So and apart from that, when you look at like production, we do have a lot of capable teammates who are always motivated to work. So that's pretty much how it is.
So your idea was to bring together all the artists around this area, and do you think your mission changed anywhere from the initial point of view and to now?
Totally. I mean, from where we began, and what we've been doing for the last few months, things have been different, because when we started out was with basically a plan, something written on paper, nothing we had tested, or nothing we had done. So as we soon began testing out the market and began doing what we do best, we kind of sidelined from our main objective, but definitely we are always aiming towards that main objective. Although a lot of variables go hitherto sometimes. Yeah. So then we try to focus on our objective, and that's we'll get there.
So your ideology is unique in itself, and I don't think you consider your Uncultured to be a business selling a product or a service.
Definitely. I mean, the whole concept of Uncultured and the whole idea was to promote talent. And when you look at a business, people look at it from the profit side of view, and they forget, and sometimes they do not consider what values we do follow. Uncultured as a business, I would say we try to stay afloat. In the sense, we try to sustain, because again, we as a business, you do need to sustain. Every income that you earn, every revenue that's generated needs to meet such expenses that incur throughout the process. And if you look at Uncultured uniquely, we started out with almost nothing, and from where we carried on from that, the name, or you can say everything that we've on for the brand itself, comes mostly from like the effort we put in, the team has put in. So kudos to that.
So it's me being an artist myself, I think it's a really good idea, and it's a really different one. I haven't come across any such cultural aspects of such ideologies behind people putting across all the artists together and performing. So what do you think was your inspiration behind? Did you find some particular inspiration, or was it in common to bring all artists together?
I mean, there are a lot of businesses outside, and there are a lot of event companies that actually do a lot of things which we do. But we focused on a niche audience, of the hip hop community, and promoting the culture, the hip hop culture, and something within India, something that's beautiful, is that hip hop came from the Bronx, the apartment there, and people accepted it in India, and they've accepted it to such an extent right now that we had like the Red Bull PC1 finals in India and in Mumbai recently, and that blew up as well. So there are a lot of steps that the audience themselves are taking, which makes things easier for us. When people are into it, they are eager to participate in whatever we're putting out. It just makes things easier for us, and we feel motivated to work. And that's the most important part, like we being motivated to work every day. Because we're just a couple of 20-year-olds, living our life, and without that tad bit of motivation, we really can't work. So every day is a small step for us, and yeah.
So a couple of 20 years old, you said. So let's talk about responsibilities. You being one of the founding members of your business,
Alright.
what responsibilities do you face?
Okay, so as of now, I handle venues. So in the sense, I manage clients. I set up IPs for the venues as well, and most of that is done by myself. And apart from that, there's a lot of other work which is carried out by Vamsi, which includes artist management, and then we have Pragi on the team who's in charge of marketing, and so a lot of things build up to it. So my considering my individuality and everything, so this is what I normally do.
Right. So, can you tell me some crossroads you had when you were trying very hard to bring all the artists all together? So, you have any particular incidents that you faced?
Oh yeah, definitely. So considering our first event, which was the 808, which is our flagship event, we had so many artists, so many guests, that had appeared, that had performed from the Bangalore hip hop community. Some of the best and
Big names.
you can call them, and some of the most brilliant talent that have brought the culture into Bangalore. And we had them appear, and we had a lot of help from them as well. So we had Praveen, who was on our team. We call him Praveen Anna. So he was on our team, and he helped us put this first event up as well. And just getting everyone was a big hassle, because there's a lot of coordination to do. You need a team assigned to performers as well, or you need one person at least handling one artist at the time of the event, because time is always a constraint. On the other hand, just making sure everyone's available on that day. Some of the basic concerns that we have, all of these things build up, although it was a lot more that was going on. It was just one of the aspects. Anyways.
So we do believe that a 15-minute interview is not enough to tell about all those things you faced. And could you explain to me how your childhood was pioneer in bringing out the ideology you're now building the road for?
Alright. So I I had a very humble beginning, in the sense I started off playing the keyboard when I was in my kindergarten, and I although that didn't continue for a good while, back in 6th grade I got back to it again, and for a couple of years I learned to play my keys, and although I was really not thinking about music and the entertainment industry in general at that time, like what would a 6th grader think about, right? And then it was just back in ninth grade when I had a couple of seniors who had come for a workshop, a DJ workshop, and that's where I really got inspired. That's where this was back in 7th grade though, and this is where I picked up my basic skills. And then over time, I picked up my guitar, I picked up a lot of instruments along the way. I picked up inspiration that was vital to what I'm doing today. And I had good friends, friends who were there to support me, friends who were doing the same thing that I was doing, friends who were brilliant artists themselves. And that kept me going, that kept me afloat. And even when when we thought about starting Uncultured, people supported us, our friends supported us, our family supported us, and that is vital. I'm grateful to my parents as well, and because everyone were in the same loop. Usually it's difficult when you come up to your dad and like, Papa, business chalu karna chahta ho.
Yes.
Yeah, they do not take it quite seriously sometimes. So.
No, business like this, it's really hard to convince about.
Yeah, exactly. Like lot of things they have in mind. So, anyways, this is how I, at least, linked one step to the other, and this is where I am today.
So, can you give, you being a young one already, obviously 20 years old, still starting out. So, can you give some advice to another teenager, some other place in the world trying to do the same thing as you do right now?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to advise a teenager. I mean, I'm still learning right now. There's a lot that I learn every day. There's a lot of hurdles that I face on a regular basis, which I learn from. And I think that's the most important part, is learning from each and every step and each and every mistake that you make. Your life is just going to throw a lot of sticks at you, and you just need to know how to either dodge them or get hit by them and then get back up again. So that's where it's all been. Learning is vital to whatever I believe in, whatever I do. If I pick up a topic today, I make sure that I learn it well, or learn it to an extent where I am capable of applying it, right? So let's say even a skill. I wasn't good at a lot of things before Uncultured started off, or before I picked up my guitar, but I made sure that I learned these skills over time, and that's quite important, is equipping yourself with skills that will help you find work easily. People come to you for that. If there's a lot of unemployment problems going on right now, and not just in the entertainment biz, but otherwise as well. And the most important reason for that is because people aren't skilled enough right now. So make sure you're learning, make sure you're doing one thing, one step at a time. And make sure your mind is always clear and you're cool and calm always. And that's how things are with me.
So, Ralphy, the last question is, what do you think the future of Uncultured is going to be?
Oh, that's a big question though.
That's why it's the last one.
Yeah, that's the last one though. So we've been working to kick off Uncultured to a new platform, in the sense step it up a notch, and we're planning on doing that within the next 6 months, which is our you can call it a long-term goal, but that's where we're building up to. But apart from that, when we look at the business 5 to 10 years down the line, we look at it from the side of promoting talent continuously within India, right? And of course, as soon as we get out of India, we'll be promoting the culture there as well. And apart from that, we're looking at promoting music through ourselves. So right now we do not have a platform where we promote. We do not have a label where we make our music and we distribute it. So that's something which we're aiming towards as well. And there are a lot of ideas which we still, we've just penned it down a long while back when we were making our business plan, but we haven't executed it yet. Because again, one step at a time, one thing at a time. So yeah, that's how it looks.
Alright, so thank you for your time and